Hello, hello, riding side saddle. It's Lisa.
And Tammy.
Here we are doing our check-in.
We're back.
Mid-season.
Yep. Season, what are we on?
We're in season 4.
Season 4.
Yep. Which means that we are coming straight up on a year of recording and publishing. And
that's crazy.
Is fucking crazy to me.
It's really 2 years of this.
It has been.
Because it took us a long time because, we're turtles.
Well, and it just takes a long time, right? You can't just jump out of bed and put on a podcast. Immediately. It doesn't.
Well, you can't.
I mean, we are today.
Kinda, you can. We just needed a lot of time to work up the courage, quite honestly, to get our first one out there.
Yeah. There was also a lot of planning. And that, I mean, I know that I plan to death sometimes.
Yeah.
So
it was about a year of planning.
It was.
And courage building.
Yes.
And Todd being
a great mentor.
Very kind.
And honest.
And giving us a little push when we needed it.
Right.
You guys are ready. I don't know what you're waiting for. You're just ready. Do it already.
Right. Be done. And that was the courage
Just
part.
get in your car and do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And here we are a year later.
Yes. Still in the car.
Still
doing it.
Doing it in the car. We do it so much better now than we did then.
Yeah, for sure. Like anything, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we were just checking in, saying hi midway through the season. The summer has just completely flown by. We were just chatting about that this morning.
Yeah. We were. I feel like I've done nothing and a lot of everything all at the same time. I really don't know where the summer has gone. It flew by. I mean, it usually does, but this year feels even more so. Like just last week was May, and now
I know
here it is, end of summer.
I know, right?
It's the middle of August as we're recording this.
We're August now, and August I start letting my hanging baskets die.
Right.
So I feel like I just put them up, maybe watered them twice. I mean, I watered them more than that, but the timing, I
didn't even get all of the things I bought planted. I have a flat of flowers.
Really?
I've just been watering the flat, and I don't even know why, because they're not going to go anywhere.
No.
They can't grow more than the tiny little space that they're in. So they look terrible, and I just keep watering them.
Because you don't want to waste them.
Right. But I'm not going to put them in a pot somewhere or in the ground or wherever I thought maybe I would put them. I bought too many. So I just didn't have anywhere to put them.
Yeah.
And then I bought a couple of pots, which I never then used. And so,
the cycle
just
continues.
bad. Right. Because it was already so far into the summer by the time I bought the pots, and I thought, oh, forget it.
But you still keep watering them.
I keep watering them.
Yeah. Like by the time August rolls around, I'm pretty good at watering my stuff for the majority of the summer. But I will tell you, by the time August rolls around, you are on your own. If it does not rain, you are not getting water. I'm done with you.
Oh, your poor flowers.
I will come back to hanging basket skeletons. They will be dry.
You were out of town.
Dry.
You were on vacation.
Yeah. But that's okay. It's time.
Yeah. You're ready to let them go.
The season is over. However, I shouldn't even be that way, because our Septembers have just become so mild here that the growing season for that kind of
continues into September.
Yes, it does.
I feel like it's not warm enough in May. It used to be warm in May. I can remember as a kid, the last week or two of school, everybody is wearing shorts and pools are opening, and now it just isn't. It's not warm until well into June.
Agree.
So I feel like we just shifted a month.
I agree.
Where now it used to be cool in September. Now it's not. So
yes,
we still have the same amount of growing season. It's just not
shifted.
The same.
Yeah. I agree. But in my mind, I'm like, we're done with you in August.
School is starting. I'm done with all this.
Right.
I guess I could see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get some fall plants though.
I feel the same way.
And things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every year I say I'm going to plant some mums, and then I don't.
I don't want
this year. I want to have mums.
I don't want them in the ground. I just want the splash, for the autumn season. I don't know. I don't know why I don't want them in the ground. I just don't.
Mm. Huh. Interesting. I do want them in the ground, but I know I need to rearrange some of my flower beds because the plants have now gotten bigger, and some of them didn't do as well as I thought they would. So the sizes aren't right. I've got shorter stuff, not like the stuff in the front got much taller than I anticipated. So I need to rearrange. So I'm kind of hesitant to actually plant. Plus there's some stuff I just want to rip out. And I think next season that will be on my list. And so
it's always evolving, isn't it?
But that's why I love gardening. It's
Yeah.
just a plant. You just dig it up and move it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree with that.
But when I talk about getting more plants, Josh is like, oh, you mean like that whole flat that's sitting on the driveway all summer long? You mean like those?
That's why you have to keep watering it, because you are not wasting it.
Yes. I just say yes, just like those, except not.
You should probably just say, you know what? I bought those for the driveway. So
they were supposed to look like that.
So shut up about it.
They're supposed to look like that. Finally, the last time he said something, I said, listen, I just bought too many dang flowers, okay? I admit it. That's it. We can let that go now.
They have to be transportable because we were having like driveway work done. So, you know, this is really your fault, Josh.
So to be completely fair, I knew that we were having a new patio poured and I thought I was going to put some back there, but then like the timing of it, again, it was in July and forget it.
I like my story better. You should just tell him you intended them for the driveway and they had to be transportable because, you know, there was work being done. So this is exactly the way I planned it.
Please.
Come on. That makes sense to me.
That's funny.
He might believe it.
He won't. Because I already told him that I had a plan for them. And then I changed the plan and I changed it again. And now I've just given up on any plan. I'll just wait till I dump the rest of the annuals and those will go in the heap too.
You fell on the sword.
Hey, you know, sometimes I get overambitious and it just doesn't come to fruition. Anyway, gardening season. Not quite finished, but we're winding down.
Coming in hot.
Yeah.
Coming to a close.
Mm-hmm. I had my my oldest grandson was home for a couple of weeks this summer, and so I got to spend some time with him and do some fun stuff. Hi, Ev. And we went in Wisconsin, there's this place called Old World, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's little villages spread out over, I don't know, like 20 acres, or it might be more than that. I don't know how many acres. It's a lot. It's a lot of walking. But they're these little villages from back in the 1800s.
That's awesome.
That they have moved and renovated and, you know, tried to keep it in the, you know, the era from which the houses and barns and things would have been built. So that was really fun. We got to do that. And Parker and Erica came along and so the four of us trudged along all day in the hot summer sun, and it was so completely wonderful.
I bet you it really filled your heart.
It absolutely did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Evan, even though he's 16, he thought it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And they, you know, it's one of those old timey places where they have a blacksmith, so you get to see how, you know, they made horseshoes or you know, whatever back in the day, and
so they had people there manning it.
Yeah. And teaching, showing you how they did things in that time period, which was really pretty cool.
That is.
I actually learned something about flax and linen. Did you know that linen, like the clothes, comes from the flax plant?
I didn't.
I didn't either.
Mm-hmm. I didn't until you told me.
Yeah, I know. It was crazy. I had no idea. The fibers inside the flax plant are very like yellowy golden color.
Like your hair.
Like your hair. So when someone says, Lisa, don't start. So when someone says you have flax colored hair, like that is where that comes from. I didn't realize that was the reference either.
Recently.
Lisa.
A golden hue.
Fine, now I have to tell the story. I wasn't even going to tell it.
She pointed her finger at me like a mom.
Like, zip it.
I know that finger. I use that finger.
Dang it all, Lisa. So we're at this village, this is like homestead kind of place. There's a house, and inside the house, there's this big giant loom, and they're using flax fibers to create linen cloth.
Yeah.
Well, in the barn is where they are extracting the flax fiber from the flax plant.
Uh-huh.
And so like the husband would do that. And then he would bring the fibers that look like big, long strings of blonde hair into the house. And then the wife would weave them into a
cloth.
Yes,
some kind
or
of
shirt or whatever.
whatever.
Yeah. So, so we were watching this whole demonstration, and it's an older gentleman in the barn doing the fiber extracting, and we watch the whole demonstration, and we walk out of the barn. We're headed on our way to the next little homestead village, and all of a sudden this guy comes running out of the barn, the demonstrator.
Yeah.
And he's yelling, wait, hey, wait. And I think, oh, we probably left something. Who didn't pick up their sunglasses or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking around. No, I think we have everything. Maybe someone left their phone. It was one of those. And he's running out with this big long hunk of flax fibers. And he ties the top in a knot so that it's not all,
falling
just
apart.
loose. Yeah. And he says, here, this is for you because it's the same color as your hair.
Aww.
Right.
How sweet.
Right. And Erica and Evan, they both look at me like, what the heck?
What just happened here?
What kind of spell did you put on that guy and why?
And you're like,
That is what I did. I said,
thanks.
what do you know? 52 and extra fluffy, and I still got it.
That's right. That's right. Can pull it through the centuries.
Right. Right. And now as I'm telling this story, I really hope that his wife is not a listener, because he is married. I don't know if it was to the woman who was doing the weaving in front of the fireplace in the living room of the house, but it was very innocent. He did not ask me on a date. There's none
we'll
of that.
change the names to protect the innocent.
Too late. I already said where we were and what he was doing. I'm sure they might rotate, so now I could get a whole bunch of people in trouble.
Or not. I'm sure it will be fine.
Whatever. It was all good fun. Yeah.
You're welcome for that.
See, I wasn't going to tell that story. I didn't want anybody to get in trouble.
It's fine.
Lisa.
It's fine.
Anyway, it was fun. That was a really great day. It was also the day I learned that Parker is not farmer material. Not gonna be. He's not having it.
He's a city boy,
Hard
huh?
stop. He likes to be outside. He likes to be in nature, but not on a farm.
So this experience for him wasn't a great experience because it was based all on farms and things?
No, I think he still had a great time
Oh.
as long as he didn't have to go inside a barn.
I see.
He doesn't like how it smells.
Uh-huh.
I love how a barn smells.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm
do
not
I.
talking necessarily about like cow poop.
Right.
But even just the way hay and straw
Yes.
smells, I love that smell.
Yes.
The old barnwood
Mm-hmm.
reminds me of my childhood.
Yep,
So
me too.
I love it. So, you go to these different villages at Old World, Wisconsin, and homesteads, and you can go walk through their barns and things like that. And so that's what we were doing. We had gone inside, walked through a barn. Well, I take my time because I'm a turtle.
Right.
And I also like being inside that barn. So
Right.
I didn't walk out so quickly. Well, Erica, Parker, Evan, they did a real quick spin through and they were out, and I'm still just enjoying it and taking my time. And Erica said to Parker, well, to both the boys, what happened to Gigi? Where did she go? And Parker said, she's in the barn smelling poop.
I mean, fair enough.
But there wasn't even poop in the barn. It was not fair at all. So then I decided I am making it my mission to turn him into a farmer. Gosh darn it all. He is not having
No,
it.
I saw
At
the
all.
video clip. He was full on annoyed. Like, really? You're ruining this for me. So
Yeah. Well, so the video clip you saw was of him at a festival on a ride for small children.
that were tractors though.
Yes, they were. But after the third Old World Wisconsin thing and before the festival, I actually took him to a family farm. My aunt and uncle have a farm, and they are not dairy farmers anymore. They've since sold off their dairy herd, but they still have steers and calves.
Okay.
So I thought it would be great for him to feed some calves.
Yeah.
They're not that stinky.
No, they're not.
They're super cute.
They're outside, right?
Well, they are inside a barn, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not Like
open air
they're
type thing.
little.
Yeah.
It's like babies. They smell a little. They don't
Right.
smell a lot.
Right.
Yeah. I thought it would be great. Evan's done it with me. We've had a lot of fun. It's sort of a rite of passage. So we get to my aunt and uncle's farm and we walk into the calf barn and he walks straight through and I think, oh, this is good. This is right. He's interested. He's, we're going to go get the formula to feed because they're bottle fed at that stage still. So he was following my aunt. We're going to go get what we need. And he didn't follow her and stop at the station where you put the bottles together. He went right out the back door. He literally walked through this barn in one door and out the other. And that was it. He was having none of it. He would not come in.
Done.
He would not come in.
Wow.
Nope.
What is the aversion?
The smell. It's just too stinky for him. He does not like it.
Wow.
No.
He's like feels really strongly about it.
Very strongly about it. So then I felt bad, like I was, being mean to him.
Right.
I wasn't, but
forcing
he
him
acted
to do
like I was
something
being
that
mean.
he really did not want to do.
Right.
Wow.
And I kept saying, well, don't you just want it? No, I don't. It stinks in there. But what if we know, Gigi? Just no, I'm not going in there.
Well,
okay.
He knows what he does not like.
Well, that's it. So we're crossing Farmer off the list. Yep, for Parker. That is not going to be his thing.
He'll have to find a different motorized vehicle to
He will.
run around in.
Yes. At first he felt very, very strongly. And I hate farms. I hate farmers. And I said, now wait a minute. Hold on there, bucko. That's exactly it. You like chocolate milk, don't you? Yes. You like this. You like that. Like everything comes from a farm, right?
It does.
And so once he realized that without farms, we don't have clothes, we don't have food, we don't have your favorite treats, like all of the things you love and need to survive. We don't have if they don't come from farms in some way, right? So he is now backed off of the I hate farms and farmers. He's now just at I hate stinky.
Right. I don't like cow poop.
I hate stinky things. Yes. Right. So
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
He does now have an appreciation for all of the things that we get from farmers. So I feel like that might be our compromise.
That's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah. So I feel like I did a lot and I did nothing all at the same time. It just felt I was very busy at work, and I think that just takes up more brain power than actual physical time sometimes.
Agree.
So, like always having that,
in the back of your mind, like I can't really ever rest. And our summers are so short anyway, like to begin with. But I agree with you. This year, it just really, it zipped by quicker than normal.
Yeah.
Summers are a big thing for just my family personally, because I am surrounded by people with summer birthdays, specifically Leos in particular. Hooray for me. So my oldest daughter, Deidre, she turned 28 at the very tail end of July.
Yeah.
It was her golden birthday. So she turned 28 on the 28th. And this year is a really big year of transition for our family. It's a very big year of transition for her. She decided to, I don't know if you saw it when you saw her, but she decided to get a tattoo.
I did see it.
Yeah.
It's hard to miss.
It's very large.
Yeah.
It's on her thigh. And it's the first tattoo that she's ever gotten that I have like appreciated and kind of blessed. Like,
you gave your blessing.
I did.
Okay.
Just because it's just so like ceremonial for her, right?
Yeah.
And it really means a great deal. So she is proud to be a Leo.
Yeah.
She's a proud lioness. And on her thigh, she has a large tattoo of a lion face, but it's divided in half and vertically up and down. And on one side of it is a young looking lioness, right? Where, she's got a sunflower behind her ear and she's like just really vibrant looking. And the eyes of this tattoo are like deep, like you can like feel the essence of that, character or that lioness. And on the other side is one that is more of a warrior, right? There's some scars on it. She has some other important aspects coming through on this side of the lion. And
Lion that's lived a little.
Yeah. And it just really, like I'm getting choked up now talking about it, but it really is, really a beautiful concept for coming into her golden birthday and some of the transitions that life draws you through and coming out on the other side of some things as somebody different than where you started.
Sure. Maybe with a few scars, but beautiful nonetheless.
Yeah. Maybe more wise, right? More
Hopefully.
weathered, more wise.
Sure.
Moving into a different phase like that just really it had to hurt like a motherfucker, but like it looks beautiful.
Nice.
So we
It
just
is beautiful.
we just celebrated her golden birthday. And I become a blubbering fool like every summer. Like this season for me is really hard because she's 28.
She's still your baby.
She is my baby. I say sometimes I'm like, you're almost 30. I am not. I just turned 28. So I have to make sure
She's not ready for that number to change.
No, she's not ready for that transition.
No.
But then my husband, Scott, turned 50 at the beginning of this week. So that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Liz turns 17 on Tuesday. So just this period, every year it's like super busy because of all the birthdays, but like there's some big ones. Like there's some big ones this year. Liz is
it's her last year as a minor. Really.
Yeah.
Legal adult happens next year.
It does
for her.
And she's feeling that. Like that's like some she's recognizing it is some pressure. It gives her some anxiety, but it also, like she has said a number of times, like, I don't know, I just feel more mature. I'm more of an adult now. Like some of the things that have been a challenge for her in this last couple of years, I feel like she's realizing that she's going to have to face some things that maybe she had some fear about.
Sure.
Like, okay, I'm stepping into this new phase of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to own up. Like, I'm going to have to do some things that I didn't really love, or maybe I was too afraid for. So she's transitioning too. It's been a really big year.
Yeah.
I haven't shared a lot of details, and I'm not going to yet because they're honestly things that have
still
happened.
Sorting out.
Well, there's stories
not time
of
to talk about it.
Yeah, there's stories for other people, right?
Sure.
And it's not my information to share, but it's been a year of really big transitions. So I honestly am kind of excited. Hopefully, it feels like we're turning some corners.
That's nice.
And maybe
Hopeful.
It is the birthday season that's kind of shifting this in my heart and my head a little bit.
A new year.
Yeah.
A new season.
Yes. Right.
Bring some hope with that too.
Yeah.
Hope
and
for better days.
I feel like,
or just good days.
Yeah.
Period.
I feel like the people that I'm with too are kind of feeling that way as well. So I'm excited, I think, for the shift. Plus, I personally I do love summer. Absolutely.
Sure.
No qualms or question about that. But I also really like the changing of the season into autumn. Like that autumn, I think
that
is probably my
favorite.
favorite, right? It kind of allows me to go internal.
Yeah.
I introspective. I am I'm just kind of like by nature that kind of person anyway. So I feel more at home as we start to get into the colder months.
It's interesting. Your birthday is in November in the fall.
Yep.
And that is your season.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You start making soups and your house smells delicious and
love
cozy.
that.
And
I'm already
get
ramping
a little
up.
fire going.
Like, ooh, I could go for some beef barley soup. But you can't, it doesn't taste great in the summer.
It's too hot. Who wants hot soup in the summer?
Right.
I love soup. I could eat it every day, but I don't
Me too.
necessarily want it to be hot all the time. There are cold soups.
Yeah, I
that are
can't
good.
do cold
You
soups.
don't like cold
no.
soup? Oh, I do.
It has to be like, I mean, we live in Wisconsin, so you
Yeah.
could do this for literally 9 months of the year and have
Easily.
soups. Right.
Yeah.
So it's our soup vacation right
Yeah.
now.
And then you'll get back to your regular
Yeah.
soup schedule.
Program.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
I like fall. I love the colors. I love the smells. I like it that it's not so hot, but I really don't like cold weather
Yeah.
at all. It just hurts. The cold just hurts my body. So I don't like that it is
Coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
I like throwing on a sweatshirt if it's, cool and
Mhm.
whatever. Like that doesn't bother me, but I know that right around the corner then it's going to be super, super cold and there's no getting away from it for
No.
about 6 months.
Agree. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that since COVID has come to pass, I don't hate winter as much as I did. Like I'm able to stay inside more often. And then I can appreciate looking out the window while I'm nice and warm and, have some appreciation for the beauty of it. But I mean, I work from home, so I don't necessarily have to go out regardless of what the weather is in most situations.
That is very true. And Josh takes care of most of the like snow clearing and things like that. He feels like that's his responsibility, so I let him have it.
I mean, don't argue
I'm not
with
gonna
that.
fight about it. Of course, he doesn't go away by himself very often or like without me.
Yeah.
But one time he did go with a friend up north for a long weekend, and wouldn't you know it, it snowed heavily.
Of course it did.
While he was gone, and I don't know how to use the snowblower, which is my own fault. I could have asked him. But I also feel like it's too big for me to manage. I don't physically, I don't think I can do it.
Right.
It's not one of those little small pusher things. Yeah. Right. So, but okay, fine. So once a year I have to, put my boots on and go shovel some snow. But, you're right. It is better. We're also working from home. I don't have to go out very often.
Right.
In fact, it was, the end of last winter, and Josh was outside, and so was a neighbor. And she said, "Where's Tammy? I haven't seen her in a while." He's like, so it's winter. You won't see her until it gets warm out.
Check for her on Groundhog's Day.
Oh, way after Groundhog's Day.
Let's see. Is spring coming soon?
No. It has to be full on spring before I'm spending much time outside at all. Which is too bad. I really would love to embrace like snowshoeing and cross country skiing, and it is beautiful in Wisconsin in the winter.
It is.
But the cold just gets me. I know how to bundle up. I know how to dress in cold weather.
Yeah.
It just gets into my bones and I can't shake it. I hate it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens this year. Every year I think, well, maybe this year I could try to like being outside a little more. And then the first cold day hits and nope, I'm in.
Not for me.
Don't count on me all winter long.
Try again next year.
Nope, I'm still true to myself. I do not like winter.
Yep. And it's crazy to be in a state where you can expect that it's going to be freezing cold for a really long time.
Yeah.
There's so many people here that feel that way.
Yes, right. Josh and I have talked about, well, maybe we should think of moving. Sarah's only got a couple of years left of high school, and maybe we should think about where are we going to go. And it's not like we, found this place would be great for us.
Like this is the plan. Yeah.
I just don't see us moving out of Wisconsin. I think this is
thank
just
goodness.
the way it's going to be.
I literally, ever since you said that, I'm like, really? We've never talked about this. That would be a real issue for me.
Yeah. I don't see it happening.
I will like boycott. I will stand in front of your vehicle.
Just come along.
I mean, no,
maybe we
can't.
could winter somewhere.
We have to talk about this. We have to talk about this not on air.
This is a private conversation.
It is.
Oh, yeah. So I'll just hibernate inside, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll take
That'll
that
be all
because
right.
I
For
can
now.
drudge through the snow and we can still
Yeah.
be
Once
together.
a week or so.
Right.
Yeah. I can bundle up enough to dash from one warm place to the next. Only have to be outside long enough to dash.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So otherwise, gosh. Again, I feel like I did a whole bunch of things and nothing all at the same time. We had a new patio poured, so and part of our driveway, we expanded our driveway, so we had that done this summer, which was a big project. And
which is why you got the driveway flowers.
yes,
to begin with.
Exactly. For sure. I'm still battling those gall dang Canadian thistles.
Girl.
I cannot tell you. I think I've picked 4 times I've cleared them out, and I looked again the other day.
And
yesterday.
they've quadrupled, haven't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I
keep Googling how to get rid of Canadian thistles,
too.
and I keep getting the same articles.
Yep.
No information is
Nope.
changing.
Nope.
Gosh darn it. So instead of pulling them this time, I'm going to try cutting them
Yeah. Good
and
luck.
see if that makes any bit of difference.
Wow.
No, you tried that
You're
too?
you're speaking like 2 years ago. Like I've done
That's
that.
where you were at.
Yes.
Ugh.
And I did. Like I read you don't pull them because they'll shoot up separately.
Yeah,
They do it anyway.
they do.
What they do at the top where you clip it,
Yeah.
they shoot up multiples from where you
that
clip
spot.
it. Yes. And I'm like, motherfucker. Like
They're
I
so bad.
I have snipped them
Oh.
and then put salt on
Yeah.
the ends.
Yeah, that
No,
didn't work.
Didn't work. They like it
Did
salty.
you try horticultural vinegar?
I did, and I burned the fuck out of my hands.
Oh, but not the plants.
The plants
Dang it.
the plants die off, and but they don't die.
Oh,
They
the root
will
system doesn't die.
correct. Like
Ugh.
the green prickly part,
Yeah.
that dies, but then they shoot up new ones. And then you have dried up
Those hurt.
thistles that get in your hands, and those are worse than the live thistles.
I made
And
the
you can't
mistake.
get 'em
I
out.
made a pile as I was pulling them.
Yes.
And
You
then I
gotta
left
clean
them
it up
to
right
bake
away.
because I thought the same thing. Like, I'll just wait for them to get
Nope.
like all crispy and
Nope.
it'll be better, easier to scoop them up. Wrong.
Yeah. And then they're in your hands.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. It's like having 1,000 slivers.
It is.
Yeah.
It's torturous.
It is. Yeah. So I'm still battling.
So
with
you still
those
have hope there,
gosh
huh?
darn things.
I don't know what to tell you. Like they won.
Josh, he loves himself some chemicals. And he keeps saying,
You might have
we
to
could just get some Roundup. They have the foam, so it's not going to spray everywhere. It could be very concentrated in one spot.
you might
And I'm
have to
almost
do
at
it.
that point.
Like
actually.
really, it is like you might just have to do it.
Yeah.
I
I think I might be ready to cave.
I have tried like
Everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
All the gardening groups that I'm on Facebook and things, they offer all of the suggestions that we've been talking about. And it's not working.
No, it's
No.
not.
No.
Everything.
Right. So we might be at the point of needing to get some Roundup. And I hate, capital, bold, underline, hate that idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else to do.
It's
I
a
can't.
last resort.
It is. It absolutely is. And he has offered Roundup or gas. And I'm like, we are not pouring gas on the
Oh,
ground. That is
boy.
not happening. He's
Right.
like, well, those are the only 2 things that are going to really get rid of them. Well, we're not pouring gas. So I
Well,
guess I'm at Roundup.
The only good thing is that's your flower gardens as
It
opposed
is.
to
It's
like
not a vegetable garden.
right.
Yeah.
So that's helpful.
But still, I'm not trying to poison the
No,
environment.
I get it.
And he
Pachamama
isn't
does
either.
not like it.
No.
Right.
And he isn't either. He really is trying to find a solution to this really invasive problem.
Yes.
But I just don't think that's a solution. I don't love the Roundup solution either. I just don't know what else to do. I can't be out there every week pulling more stuff.
And they continue to perpetually
Well, they do.
get bigger.
And so, right. The
grow.
reason why I've been pulling them, I know that when you do that, it breaks off and it, even if you think you get a good long root, it's broken
it's
off
there.
of the runner.
Yes.
But the things that I've read said that if you just keep pulling the greens off, because the green
That it
feeds the
weakens.
roots,
I know.
eventually the roots will die off.
Well, 15 years eventually?
Well, I don't
like,
know.
what is eventually?
I'm not sure.
Because it wasn't 4. I can tell you that.
Ugh.
It was not 4 years. Because I did all those things.
I also feel like it has to be, you see a tiny little a tiny little sprout coming up and you have to pull it then. As opposed to now I have, another whole, the place is covered. I got to pull them. It's just.
You would be out there for 8 hours a day.
Every day.
For the whole summer. And maybe, because I didn't do it that way. So I'm not even sure that that's possible.
Right.
Well,
what I'm doing is not working.
And
I have cleared it, completely cleared. There's not one sign of them on the surface. Multiple times.
We can't talk about this
just
anymore.
Keep coming back.
I'm sweating. I'm getting really upset. We can't.
It's traumatic.
It
for
is.
You.
Honey, so
I'm
many
sorry.
hours.
I know.
I spent summers.
I get it.
And those fucking things,
they just do not go away.
It's not as if I didn't put in the effort, because I when I get stubborn about something,
that's
man.
It.
Yeah.
It's you or me, and
right.
I'm not losing. So
oh
you're
out
of here.
I got my ass kicked.
Yeah.
I am still licking my thistly wounds.
You are.
It's
I'm
not.
sorry. Well, I'm ready for some Roundup. I haven't told Josh that he is going to be completely.
He's going to be out there
thrilled.
In a second.
Oh, he will run. He will literally hop in his car and drive to the hardware store immediately. Absolutely, he will.
And he's going to tell that story from morning to night.
He is.
For
every
weeks.
time I'm out there, and for hours and hours, and I come in and my back hurts and
you're sweaty.
Everything hurts.
Right.
I'm a sweaty mess, and he just looks at me and says, get some Roundup. You wouldn't have to keep doing that. I'm not getting Roundup. Okay.
Right.
You want some water?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Bengay.
Yes.
And
yeah.
Band-Aids for my fingers.
Right.
Right.
Ugh. And it dries out. I don't know, do you have this problem? Dirt and plants dry out my fingers, my skin really terribly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do have that problem. And then it looks really dirty in there.
It does, because it's all cracked.
It's in there.
Yucky.
Yeah. My, I have said to Scott, my picker's broken.
Yeah.
Because I get my thumb and stuff gets sore. That's how much I was pulling these weeds. Yeah. So I'll say my picker's broken.
Yep.
My weed picker. It's broken.
Yep. Yeah, I get that too.
Yeah.
So I spent way too much time doing that and got nowhere.
Yeah, and that's frustrating. It feels like a waste.
Our tomatoes are coming in like gangbusters.
And delicious.
Yeah, they are good.
You brought me some.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
It is good.
I didn't have a vegetable garden at all this year.
Mm-mm.
First time since we've lived there, I did not have anything. And it was kind of
a little break.
Honestly,
the ground needs
nice.
A break sometimes too, though.
Oh.
It just needs to recharge, as do you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah.
I can
less thing to take care of and manage.
I can weed my flower gardens pretty easily. My picker didn't even get broken this year. So that was fine.
It is good. We have some cucumbers and zucchini and beans growing too, and they're in raised tables. They're just not. I feel like I don't know what it is. We put compost in, and dirt. We mix it up, but it just. I think because they're in tables and not in the ground, every time I water and it leaks, as it should, you want it to drain.
Out, right?
It dries out, but also I think the nutrients get washed away. So we need to fertilize a lot.
Interesting.
But also, it was so hot in Wisconsin for so long.
It was. It was very droughty this year.
It was very droughty. I noticed that we haven't had very many female flowers on those two, the cucumbers or the zucchini. So we're just not getting
the harvest.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've had 4 or 5 cucumbers, and we have one zucchini growing. And
really?
I saw the other day that there was one female flower that wasn't open yet. So
hey,
right. There are loads of male flowers waiting for some action.
I'm sure there were.
Yes, but that's it. There's one tiny little zucchini growing.
She's
so
probably afraid to open up.
She might be.
Hey,
I know.
Thanks.
Right? I want to get some water soluble, or is that what it's called? some sort of powder that you can mix. Maybe it's fish fertilizer. I don't know. So you're watering with it as opposed to the granules that are slow release.
Yep.
I feel like we need a big old shock of nutrients in there.
Liquid.
Yes.
So it's easier to take
absorb.
in.
Yeah. That's my theory for myself. So I feel like my plants probably need that too.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. I'm not digesting pills very well. So, could take a vitamin, but I think I only get a tiny little bit. But if it's in a liquid form, that seems to be a good shock to my system.
I mean, that's fair.
I perk right up.
My female flower.
Yeah.
Gets right in there.
Exactly. So I think my plants might be like that too.
I mean, that's
maybe, right?
Yeah. Energetically, that makes sense.
It works with my flower plants. I have a powder that you mix with water. And so when I fertilize that way with my flowers, boy, in a few days they are just, bright and sunshiny and perky and exactly. Bursting open.
Nice.
So I think I need to do a little research and find some good organic.
I'm sure that's not going to be hard to find.
I don't think so either.
It's just a matter of getting it and doing it.
For sure.
So this season 4 has been, we've been really focusing a lot with like the folks that we have been joining us, coming in as guests, talking a lot about physical health. It feels like, not that we had it planned that way. It kind of worked out that way, but it does kind of feel like that for us individually too, doesn't it?
I would agree.
Like this feels that you said to me that you felt change, just change coming right now.
Yeah.
And the more I think about the comments that you made, more just from an energetic perspective, I see that happening like physically in my life and your life and just around me. There's just a lot of change, closing of doors and opening of doors and shifting of perception and it's just been really interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so I've had some underlying health issues. They're not anything serious, but it's just enough for me not to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I feel okay sometimes.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I don't even get to okay.
Yeah.
Right? And needing long periods of time of rest. And I've done this since my early 20s. I get tired of feeling like that. So then I'll go to the doctor and I'll be like, that's it. I'm fixing this. Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of it. I'm tired of feeling like I'm barely even surviving. I want to live my life. Right. I want to get to thriving. That would be ideal. And so then I go and I don't get anywhere and I get frustrated. And then a handful of years goes by and I'm just, kind of muddling along and trying to this fix or that fix or
putting band-aids on
absolutely
it.
Right. And so now I'm in that cycle again. So where I've like, that's it. I'm tired of feeling lousy. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. I'm going to fix it. I'm figuring it out. So I'm trying some other things. Not just, band-aids that I find myself, but some other healthcare alternatives.
Going to some providers.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
Practitioners.
Some people, practitioners. I kept thinking experts. I knew that wasn't the word, but
that's good. I'm really excited for you.
Me too. I'm hopeful that this time I will find some real answers, even if they're not answers, some real relief.
Right.
So that I'm not so exhausted. Everything wears me out. That's not right.
No, it isn't. It isn't. Like you're in your early 50s. This should not be the way this is.
This has been happening since my early 20s.
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
I on the flip side of that coin, right, to like imagine that 30 years worth of feeling crummy and being exhausted, like that's not going to go away like in
the older
2
I get.
Weeks, right? It's going to take some time
for
absolutely. You to come back to the surface because that hole is like so deep, right? Like you've been doing this for a really long time. And I think in order to get you to a place where you're like, you know what? I actually feel good. This is what I wanted. This is my ideal state. It's not going to be an overnight thing, right? And like two things that Scott says often is it isn't just one thing.
It isn't.
So that means that, you might have to work on a few things in order to get yourself in a place because otherwise you're going to be like, I still feel like shit. So now this didn't work. So now I have to just go back
now I'm
to
back. The cycle
feeling like poop
continues.
and,
Right.
and trying to figure it
Being
out
angry
myself.
and frustrated, which certainly doesn't help my energy level.
No, it doesn't.
No.
So, it's
absolutely
like you might not figure it all out immediately.
It's a multi-pronged approach.
It is. It's complex.
It is.
And it's complex and it's easy all at the same time.
Right. I do feel like whatever it is not, whatever my problem is, it's not so bad that it's showing up on, blood tests and things like that. It's like a mild chronic state of unwellness, of dysfunction.
Yeah.
So yes, it will take some time to figure that out and get to a more functional state.
Yeah.
But I really don't feel like it's not going to be 30 years of getting to that better state.
Right.
It could be a few months though.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was talking about.
Right.
It better not
With
take
some
30 years. You're going to be
improvement.
fucking 80. That'd be terrible.
I feel great. I'm 82.
I'm a spring chicken.
The first time in my life.
What is that?
I feel great.
What is that movie where he like goes backwards throughout his life?
Benjamin Button.
Yeah, that's going to be Tammy.
Button.
She's going to be kicking it up with her flax-colored hair when she's 80. Like, come on, let's go.
Hey, if I still have it at 52, I might still have it at 80.
That's true. Like, you don't see me arguing with you.
You don't know.
I don't know. I'd bank. I'd
Put
bank
some
a
money
bet.
on that?
Yeah. I'd bank a bet.
Oh, that's funny.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
so that's what I'm looking forward to heading into the fall season.
Me too.
Is some actual wellness.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to feel better in my body.
Absolutely.
So
we have talked about joining this group, the macros group,
Yeah.
and so I have decided to sit this one out.
Yeah.
While I focus on some of these other underlying things. But you and Scott are going to go forward with that. So
yeah,
I'm excited for you to see how that works out for you, and
I'm really
watch
hopeful.
your progress with that.
I'm very hopeful.
Yeah.
They're probably like ideals that are like
this too is not going to be an overnight fix.
No, I know it's not. I know, but I just remember feeling better in my body, like even like 10 to 15 years ago.
Sure.
Probably is a really good sweet spot for me, where I was then and how I felt, and my level of health and functionality, right?
Sure.
Like being able just to do things easier,
moving more freely.
that is what I'm really hopeful for. And of course it's not going to happen overnight. It didn't get this way overnight.
Right.
So I get that, but I'm really hopeful. We'll see.
I think that's a realistic goal.
I get real stubborn. So I feel like,
really,
yeah,
weird.
I know. Huh, I didn't know that about you. So I know that I will be able to stick with like whatever
A
regimen.
program.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'll get real stubborn about it. I just hope, like my concern is what our concerns were up front. Like this better do it. Like I'll put in the time and I will be dedicated. But if I don't
see
get some
changes,
results, and I'm not saying overnight, I don't even have that expectation.
No.
But I better start seeing some results, because I've played this bullshit before and gotten really
2 months in and nothing's happening. I'm going to be mad.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to fucking quit.
Right.
And eat my, chocolate
Eat your feelings.
donuts and drink
Take that.
Drink my feelings away.
Right. Give me another brownie.
Exactly.
Where's that fudge?
Right.
Hopefully it doesn't end like that for you.
Me
and you
too.
do see some results that you're hoping to see.
Me too.
I hope that goes really well for you.
Thanks.
Maybe I'll join
excited.
you there at some point, but it's just I need to get to the root of some of this other stuff, because it doesn't matter what size I am.
No.
I have felt like this at every size I've been.
No,
so,
you have to feel good about where things are at.
Absolutely.
And only you can have that answer.
Sure. And when I bring this stuff up to Josh, he'll say, well, Tammy, you really don't move enough. he's not wrong. I don't.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the energy to do that, it isn't even a willpower or a mindset.
It's circular.
Right. It is a physical exhaustion most of the time.
Right.
And until you have felt what that feels like, you can't imagine. You just think it's a matter of mind over matter.
Right.
Just tell yourself you're going to do X and do it.
It's not that easy. Right.
Right. So losing some weight would be helpful, of course, but it isn't going to get to the root cause of why I feel so exhausted all of the time.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I need to get to that before I can make changes in other areas. So that you can
set yourself up for success.
Exactly.
Because you've done this.
I've done this.
You've been down the road.
I can't tell you how many times I've done this.
Right.
And I've done other weight loss things and joined exercise classes and boot camps. And it's not like this is the first time I've come up with this idea, right? Of trying to figure out
what's going on.
Right. If I just lost weight, then I would feel better. Well, I don't.
Right.
So that's not it.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have our own journeys.
Absolutely.
We'll stay tuned and continue on. Addressing the things that, we personally are looking to address.
Right. So good luck to you and Scott.
Thanks.
On that fun adventure.
Thanks.
See where that gets you.
Yeah, you
love
too.
it. Thanks.
You too.
Yeah.
All right, friends.
So I think that's about it. As we
blabbered on for a while here.
I know. Yeah. Well, we're halfway through the season or so, and we've got some other really fun things coming up still. So, I don't know. We also have to get a book picked.
We do.
So
in a hot hurry,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be the end of the season, and we haven't even started a book. So
we'll probably do a
work
snack
that out real quick,
just to be able to communicate what that is.
Absolutely.
So if you're interested in joining us for that you can be prepared. But that's
going to be a quick turnaround
soon.
Yeah. I don't know that Mary's going to join us again.
Yeah.
We have to reach out to her and see if she's interested. But our schedules weren't working out. So when we're available to record an episode, she isn't.
Right.
And it was getting to be a little too
Right.
hard. So
we'll throw it out there, see what happens.
Yeah.
But
it
otherwise,
might just be the two of us.
You're just stuck with us. And
not even sorry about that.
No, and absolutely not. I'd really like to be able to do something fun for our 1 year. I don't know what that looks like yet.
Oh, yeah,
and we have some planning, but girl, 1 year, that's a big damn deal.
A big damn deal.
I'm proud of us.
Yeah. A whole year of stick-to-itiveness is also something to be proud of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I told you I'm stubborn.
You are.
All right. With that being said, thanks for checking in with us and listening to our blabbering along.
Yeah.
Seeing how life goes. And
right. Yeah. We're just, living like you guys are.
Yeah.
So thanks for sharing. Thanks, Todd, at
As
Mind
always.
Garden Media, for putting our podcast together. This one's going to be a little tight turnaround for him. We've been trying to give him some material a little in advance so that he's not under the gun so much, but this one got away from us. So sorry about that, but thank you for taking care of
always
all of that stuff on the back end, the silent partner sort of thing.
Yep.
If you're interested in doing a podcast or thinking about it at all, Mind Garden Media, give them a call. They are they're fantastic. Todd and his partner / friend Sandy, they do great work. So between the two of them, they get it handled.
You'll get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Give them a buzz.
For sure.
They'll help you out.
They'll point you in the right direction.
Thank you to our listeners who really just stick with us through the thick and thin and coming in. Right.
Yeah.
We appreciate you and share, right? Share
Yes,
if
please
you
do.
like this, and
that's how we keep going. Is as our tribe grows, it encourages us to keep going.
That's right.
It's not easy to put this podcast together.
No.
It takes time, it takes effort and commitment, and it is fun for us too. So it's not all, it's not drudgery.
No, absolutely
but
not.
when we see we're making an impact, that just, puts a little extra in our tank. So
it just goes
thanks for
back to that ripple.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. Love you all.
So till next time.
Bye.
Toodaloo.